Hi Priyanka. Hi everyone, and thanks to everyone who's joining in. Let's give it a few more minutes before we get started. Hi Deepika, nice to see you after so long. Welcome to the Shobitam Festive Trunkshow. Just a couple more minutes. Thank you, Tima. Just another minute. Hi Shruti, hi Jyotsna. All right, so let's get started. Today is a very special trunk show. It is fall, it's fall officially, and you can see that I'm dressed in the colors of fall. And fall is the beginning of all things happy, all things colorful. All our festivals coming in one after the other. And today's show is going to be a festive edit. And we were thinking what to present in today's show. Last time we did a show, it was Kanjeevarams. And a lot of what we put together comes from, what the feedback that you give us. And a lot of you wanted to have fresh collections for the trunk for your festive season. And you said, bring Banarasis, bring Kanjeevarams. A lot of you asked for Ikat silk sarees. Many of you asked for more 10 kalamkaris. So today's show is fully loaded. It's got weaves from all over India. So we're just going to be traversing through the length and breadth of India. I honestly feel that there's no other place in the world that has as many beautiful textiles and, unique art forms as we do. So our show is going to have a glimpse of all things beautiful from, the length and breadth of India. So on that note, let's get started. For those of you who've been with us, you know what the drill is. But for those of you who are new, a very, very warm welcome. And the way this works is all the products that I showcase to you today are on our page, shobitam.com/live. The link will be posted below. And any of the sarees, all the sarees that I'm showing, they are there on the web page. And the links will be posted as I'm showcasing each and every saree. And all you have to do is put that in your cart. You can see the price, the details. The price can be displayed in your currency. You can do all that on the webpage. So I'm not going to be telling the prices. They're all out there on the link. And and if you want custom blouse stitching, we can do that for you. If you want your sarees pre-stitched, we can do that for you. We'll talk about it as we get there. And every show is special because we have a special code that you can use to avail a discount. And today's code is, you guessed it, Festival. So today's code is Festival. So when you apply the code Festival during checkout, you get a special discount. So let's get started. So the hardest part, the really hardest part about putting a show together is actually shortlisting the sarees, because there's really so many things, so many products to show. And showing the sarees is one thing, but it's actually putting together, because there's a lot of hard work that actually goes behind the scenes to make every saree possible. The other thing is, not every saree actually makes it. There are so many sarees, that probably, something happens to them during the course of the weave or during their made, and they never make it. They never make it into a full saree. So every saree that actually makes it is a masterpiece in itself. So we're going to start with a Kashmiri sari today. We're going to start from the very top. And this particular sari is very special. There's actually an art video of how the artisans have put that sari, brought that sari to life. And the sari has taken several months. I actually wanted to show this sari maybe 3 trunk shows back, but it's taken a really, really long time. Truly a labor of love, and I hope you appreciate it. And we have the sari in 3 different colors. This is a custom made sari in pure tussar silk. So this is pure tussar silk, and it's got full handwork sosni borders. It's very minimalistic, but that's the elegant part of it. And we've done it in 3 different colors. This one is like a beautiful carnation pink, and this fabric is really lightweight. It's got this texture to it, and pure tussar. And look at this beautiful work. It's sosni work, or needle work as they say in Kashmir, and all of this is done by hand. And the karigars are so skilled. They don't even use a frame. They just hold the sari in their hands, and their fingers are so deft. They work. And this is a beautiful pallu. Here is a full view of it. And look closely, minimalistic borders. It's taken months to make this particular sari. And like I said, we have 3 colors. We have pink, we have a light lavender, and we have a rama green. And this is what the sari looks like when you drape it. Understated elegance is what I would call it. The pallu really does the talking. And of course, no silk sari is complete without these beautiful tassels. And look at the gorgeous blouse piece. Even though it's very simple in the front, it's got a very beautiful blouse piece with work on the sleeves. And this one's about 10 inches long. Each motif is about 10 inches long, and it's got a little border. So here is the first sari, and this is the first time that we've actually done this. So a pure handwork sosni work sari on pure tussar silk, and this is the blouse piece. Okay, I didn't have any particular order. You would expect me to just wind down from the north to south, but that's not how our show works. I'm going to move on to Ikats next. And believe it or not, this sari came in today. It was in my hands this morning. It's not even like it's not ready. There's nothing false pico tassels, nothing is done, but it's so beautiful. I especially got it rush delivered this morning. And this is absolutely one of a kind. It's a pure hand-woven Ikat Pochampalli sari. And like I said, one of a kind. This is a pitchwai design Ikat weave. So have you seen anything like this? So pitchwai cow design. Look at all the colors, the motifs. And this is the body of the sari. It's got dainty buttas and really statement Nandi motifs. So the pitchwai Nandi motifs along the border. So very unique sari, a truly statement sari. You don't get to see this, right? So one thing that we really stand for is getting as many unique saris as possible. So we don't want our saris to look like just any other sari out there. So every sari needs to be as special, as unique, just as each one of you are. So here is the second sari. It's an Ikat Pochampalli sari with a pitchwai design pallu and border. And every Shobitam sari actually is ready to wear with false pico. All our silk saris come with tassels. And if you want your blouse stitched, we can absolutely do it for you in any pattern of your choice, your measurements, as long as the fabric permits. This is another very special sari. This is a double Ikat sari. Yeah. Now, what exactly is a double Ikat? Now, an Ikat sari is one where the yarn is actually dyed before the sari is woven. So the yarn is green here, it's red here, it's green here. Then the yarn on the next line is, green here, red here. So every yarn is actually predetermined, what color goes where. is predetermined. And in a single ikat, one side, the warp is tied, right? And in the double ikat, both the warp and the weft, both are tied. So you get very, very strong, rigid patterns, right? So like this one. So it's a very unique sari, a double ikat patola sari. And I love the color. It's like an olive green, very unusual color. You know, you don't get to see this too often. So an olive green sari, ikat, double ikat sari, and pure silk, handloom, and this is the pallu. Again, this is the other sari that came in this morning, which is why it's not done with false bukutagas yet. But see how beautifully it drapes. I think it would look very nice with a contrasting blouse piece or a work blouse piece. It's truly gorgeous, very rich, very opulent. So, double ikat patola, Pochampalli pure silk sari in olive green. Here is the third sari, also an ikat sari. Look at how bright, how beautiful, how vivid each of the motifs are. Now this one is called a twill weave. This design is called a twill design. And look at all the motifs. You know, there are so many of them in this small space and so colorful. And all the weaves, if you notice, most of the weaves in our country are inspired by nature, whether it is the motifs, the patterns, the work. And this one has beautiful bird motifs, it has human motifs, it has peacocks, elephants, plants, butterflies too. So very beautiful twill design ikat sari in pure silk. And this is actually a nice thick weave. And the full sari is like this. It's a deep, it's like a midnight blue shade. And this is the pallu. And this is how the sari drapes. This is how the sari drapes. And it comes with a contrasting red blouse piece. I really like it because it's so soft, it just flows. So this is the sari. Moving on. I really loved this one too. It is so unique. As complex as the weave and the dye is, you know, they make the patterns more and more contemporary these days, and this sari is one of them. Now, it comes with a unique Ganga Jamuna pattern. Look at this, it's not your regular usual zari border. It's got these crisscross designs and they're deliberately left open, right? So it's not framed, it's left open to give it that contemporary appeal. And it's yellow on the top, like a mustard yellow on top, and an off-white. This is again a deep midnight blue shade, contemporary ikat sari, and it comes with a double pallu. So a very unique double pallu with a broad geometric design. So it's almost like your Rangkat sari. So very unique, very standout, very contemporary sari. This is the pallu. Look at the colors. And this is the front. And this is the body of the sari with Ganga Jamuna patterns. And it comes with a plain blouse piece. Because there's a lot going on in the sari, it comes with a plain blouse piece. Now, for folks who are asking, every sari that I'm showcasing today, you can see the links being posted real time. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Somebody will be there to help you out. Moving on to the next ikat sari. This one is a bright red. Like I said, you know, we're doing fall theme colors. At least some of them are fall theme. Red is one of those colors. You can see I deliberately did like a mustard backdrop. And I feel the purple really stands out well against it. So here is a very beautiful geometric, almost like an intersection of mandalas and panels, and a very contemporary design again with you know, these circles. And what makes it contemporary is they're actually overlapping, right? So each one overlaps on the other, and it sort of breaks the monotony. And this is the beautiful pallu with muted zari. It's got this tissue muted zari on the top and bottom. And this is how it drapes. This is the saree, and a beautiful red contemporary saree with these gorgeous motifs. And there's actually a lot of details if you look closely. So this is the saree. And it comes with a plain blouse piece. Alright, so a few more ikats before we move on to another very, very hot section, a section that you really, really love. Another red, and I thought this red is also very interesting. It's an Indonesian ikat design. It comes with a plain blouse piece, and it's a deep red, like almost like a maroon. And this design is an Indonesian ikat design. So ikat basically originated in Southeast Asia, and a lot of inspiration, in terms of design aesthetics still comes from there. So this is an Indonesian ikat design saree in a deep red. This is the pallu, beautiful tassels as always, and here is the saree. Here is the saree. This is what it looks like. It's like an off-white on top, and this is the pallu. So Indonesian ikat design saree in a deep red. We know you love ikats. I do too, which is why I opened with ikats today. And here is another very interesting saree. I thought it was interesting because of the color. Now there's only one picture on the website, but I'll show this to you in more detail. It's a very, very light color, like a very light lilac shade, and self-colored border. So for those of you who like lighter colors, this would be one. And all our Ikat Kanjeevarams, they have a generous dose of zari on them, whether it is the top side, the really wide bottom, or the pallu. So it's got a generous dose of zari on it. But even then, because the color is so muted, it doesn't look too loud or gaudy. So that's the beauty of it. And this is how the saree looks like when it is stripped. Very intricate florals, and here is the wide zari border, and this is your blouse piece. Now the beautiful thing about this blouse piece is it's not plain. It doesn't have too much of a weave also, otherwise it will be, there'll be too much noise. It's got just buttas to balance it out. So this is the blouse piece, this is the saree. So Ikat Kanjeevaram fusion saree in a light lilac shade. Alright, so 2 or 3 more ikats before we move on to other categories. This is another twill design, and the reason why I found this interesting was the color combination. Now this is not your normal color combination that you typically see with ikat saree. So it's a green, like a bright leaf green or a grass green kind of a shade, twill designs all over, and a very beautiful, really wide, like a 10-inch wide mustard zari border. And it's got nice elephant motifs, and this is how the saree drapes. So very auspicious green and mustard Ikat Kanjeevaram saree with zari borders and pallu, beautiful tassels, and here is your Ikat weave. So it's not your plain blouse piece, it's an Ikat weave blouse piece with zari borders. Thanks to everyone who's still joining in. All the products that I'm showcasing are on our website shobitam.com/live, and the links are being posted. And for anyone who's new, any questions that you have, please feel free to ask, whether it's on WhatsApp or the chat on our website or on our Facebook page, wherever you are, we will be happy to get back to you. Okay. Another Ikat Pochampalli saree. This too was very interesting. It's like a bird's theme saree, and I really love the panel design. So it's got different panels all over. See how beautiful it is. It almost looks like a wall panel, right? So many different panels coming together, very, very contemporary. It's got large African parrots, it's got palm trees, it's got, geometric designs, roses. There's actually a lot that's going on here. And beautiful contrasting pallu showing like a village scene. And white and red is a combination that never goes out of style. So here is your white and red Ikat pure silk saree, completely hand woven, and here is the top. And it comes with a plain red contrasting blouse piece. Okay, so we're just going to go up north a little bit and showcase a beautiful Sambalpuri Ikat saree. Sambalpur is another city in Orissa, which is very, very famous for its Ikat weaves. And the difference is that they are lighter. They're also handloom sarees, but the weave is a lot lighter. And this is your Sambalpuri Ikat saree. And it's got these beautiful temple borders on both sides. And I think it's the very stark contrast that makes the saree really, really come to life. So here is your Sambalpuri Ikat saree. The weave is really light, white and red, your classic white and red, which is perfect for your festive season. And it's got this beautiful pasapali motifs, which is your chessboard or the checkered motifs, and temple borders, and a beautiful Ikat panel pallu. And many of these sarees are woven on a pit loom, which means that they actually dig below the earth, and the weavers actually go down there and they sit and weave. So it's called a pit loom. Most of these sarees are woven on a pit loom. The same with Kanjeevarams, many of our Kanjeevarams and Banarasis. And most Sambalpuri sarees do not come with a blouse piece, except, a few weavers are doing it these days, but traditionally they're not woven with a blouse piece. All right, so moving on, we're going to move to a very interesting collection, which is your Mysore silk sarees. And we know you absolutely, absolutely love these sarees. Now, what makes a Mysore silk saree very special compared to others is how fluid it is. See how soft, it just falls, and it's got this beautiful drape to it, which is unlike any other pure silk saree. Most silk sarees can be a little stiff, unlike the Mysore silk, which is why I think so many of you love them. And that's the reason why I too chose to wear a Mysore silk saree today. And here is one. There are actually other colors too in the same pattern. Now this is a beautiful royal blue Mysore silk saree, and it's got checks, zari checks, and very, very dainty buttas. Look closely, very, very dainty buttas going all through the saree. And Mysore silk sarees typically come with very simple borders. They don't have a lot going on. And we're going to change that here today. So here is your royal blue Mysore silk saree. And it comes with, so this is the one, and it comes with this pallu. The pallu again is very, very simplistic. It's always that way traditionally. So this is your pallu, and here is your blouse piece. This is the blouse piece. It's a plain blue. This is the pallu, and this is the rest of the saree. And this is how the saree looks like when it is draped. And another reason why we know you really love this collection of Mysore silks is they hardly stay. It's hard for us to, match production to, what you end up buying. So that's our first saree. Like I said, we have many others in the exact same pattern. There's like a peach, there's white, and there are a few other colors. You'll find them all on shobitam.com. The next Mysore silk saree is also a blue and a contemporary one. This is like a beautiful turquoise, and it's a half and half saree, like a half border saree. The top half of the saree is bigger checks. Look closely, and the bottom of the saree is smaller checks, very very small checks. It's called podikatam, or very very small checks, and minimalistic borders. And this is your half border Mysore silk saree. This is the blouse piece, and this is how the saree drapes. This is the pallu. Like I said, most Mysore silk sarees, they are very minimalistic. They just have like zari lines. I actually feel that this one has more. One second. So, wait. So sorry, this is the pallu. You can wear it both ways. So if you want the pallu on the blue side, you can do the blue side. If you want the pallu on the grey side, you can do it on the grey side. So you can wear it both ways. Grey on top or blue on top. So I'm going to show you blue on top with the grey pallu. So this is the saree with blue on top and grey. See how fluid it is. It just totally accentuates you. And here is the pallu with stripes. And no saree, no silk saree is complete without our beautiful silk tassels. Look at the honeycombs that our tailor Sharda has made, and these long tassels or kuchu. And this is the blouse piece. Here is another very interesting saree. And this is a half border, again a half border, but have you seen something like this? It is so grand. Your classic off-white red with a dash of yellow on both sides. So there's yellow here, there's red here, so it's like a Ganga Jamna. And what makes it special is it's got buttas on top, look closely, and it's got a brocade in the bottom. So it's got a half brocade border. And like I said, these are very, very unique sarees. These are not sarees that you will find easily elsewhere, right? So here is your off-white and red. I think it looks great for the festive season. And here, this is the pallu. Look at how ornate it is. It almost seems like it's inspired by Banarasi patterns. A beautiful brocade border, and this is the blouse piece. So I feel it looks really dramatic and beautiful, of course. Here is your next saree. It's called a mubbagam, or in Tamil they say 3-part saree. So it's roughly divided into 3 parts. The top 1/3, the middle 1/3, and the bottom 1/3. And this is a slightly lighter color than this, and beautiful zari stripes that run across the 2 borders, on the top and on the bottom. And what makes it special is that Mysore silk sarees, they've always been very simple. People just love them for the texture and the drape. And you know, these patterns are very new. They make your saree look very unique, your drape look very unique. So this is the pallu, this is the blouse piece, and this is how the saree looks when you drape it. So it is believed that the Maharaja of Mysore, which is why it's called the Mysore silk saree, he was the one who actually brought this weave. So he imported many looms from Scotland to the region of Mysore and around it, and started producing this weave that's very, very thin, very, very thin, very, very unique. And the royal family has been patronizing this for a very, very long time, and it's now sought after from all over the world. So here is your mubbagam Mysore silk saree in shades of peach, different shades of peach. So this is like a medium peach, this is like a very soft white peach, and this is more like an orangish peach. So I think the zari stripes also look very unique, very different on it. The next one is a beautiful brocade saree, and this one is a beautiful reddish pink shade. And even though it's a brocade sari, because it's Mysore silk, it just flows. And I love this because if you look closely, it's got light pink Meena work all over. And here is the top side border, the body of the sari, and this is the pallu. And this is how the sari looks like when you drape it. So this is the sari. It's zari, but at the same time it's very light and muted. So it's not your loud gold zari. And here is your pallu. Here is your pallu. And here. You must be wondering why there are no tassels in this. This is because putting together a collection in 2 weeks' time is really, really hard. And many saris, our weavers really pitch in. And many of the saris really come in the last moment because everybody's trying to put the best collection and sell it to us. And but don't worry, before every sari is shipped out, we will get a sari to you that is ready to wear. And here is your next brocade Mysore silk sari. Another color that's really trending this season is your grey, your sage, those dusty shades, those light dusty shades. This is your grey Kanjeevaram, like a cement grey Kanjeevaram. Look at the beautiful brocade. Very muted brocade, almost, so this is water zari. So it's not your bright gold, it's not the white silver. It's a shade between gold and silver. And it's called water zari because it takes the color of light that falls on it, just like water does. So here is the pallu, your beautiful tassels, and this is how the sari looks when you drape. I think it looks great. Here is your sari, and this is your blouse piece. Okay, so I'm going to show you a few more before we get on to other sections. Here is a lovely Ganga Jamuna, and it's not just a Ganga Jamuna, it's got pen kalamkari in between. So your top is your green, your bottom is a beautiful mustard, and in between is authentic pen kalamkari florence. So have you seen something like this anywhere else? I know we've shown this to you before, but it's a very gorgeous drape. This is the pallu. And this is the blouse piece with pen kalamkari work, and this is how the sari looks when it is draped. So a nice green, and I think the colors are also so thoughtfully come out. Many times we don't know what the final outcome will be like, but I think this one does really well on the aesthetics quotient. So here is your beautiful Ganga Jamuna Mysore silk sari, and not your regular Ganga Jamuna because it's got a really wide border. See how wide the lower border is, and this is your pallu. Okay, so maybe 3 more before we move on to Kanjeevaram. Your next sari is like a dusty peach. Again with podi kattam, or your really minute, almost like pin sized checks. And what I really love about it is the paisley borders, and I love paisleys. And typically you don't see paisleys in South silks. I think these are more Banarasi design inspired here. And I think the color combination really stands out because it's not your common one. So here's your like a blush peach. I would say maybe lighter than that, a blush peach with mustard, very unique combination. And it's just got one line of zari on top, so there's not a lot going on there. And this is your lower side border and a very fancy pallu. Fancy for Mysore silk standards. And look at these long tassels, really long. Sharda, if you're watching it, thank you so much for these. And here is the blouse piece. Okay, so somebody's asking about the necklace. Yes, this necklace is available. It's there on the page. We have a few of them. If you look for the Kerala necklace, you will find this. This next one is a very simple sari. There's not something very unique or different that's going on, but that's the beauty of it. Sometimes simple things can have all the elegance or have all the charm that's needed. So a beautiful deep red, like a deep blood red kind of a color, and the gold zari really stands out beautifully against it. And here is your pallu, and it comes with a plain blouse piece, and very pretty sari, very pretty deep red with stripes. And stripes, they look great for any occasion, right? They have this contemporary feel to it. So here is your deep red Mysore silk sari with zari stripes, with your horizontal zari stripes and some purple. Okay, so another very interesting sari. I absolutely love this. I absolutely love this because look at the colors, they're so striking. It's your classic off-white with your bright contrast, right? This again is a timeless thing that never ever goes out of style. So it's like a very light off-white shade and two color borders, not just two color borders but extra white borders too. So I'm sure when you wear it, it really is going to stand out. And yeah. So here is the sari. It's got this beautiful pallu, the pink pallu, pink blouse piece, and here. I love the colors. I absolutely love the colors. And see how easy it is to drape this beauty. So beautiful off-white, pink and green Mysore silk sarees. Now another thing is, all the Mysore silk sarees that I'm showing to you today, they're all 100 GSM, and that's 100 grams per meter. So every meter would be about 100 grams, and that's the KSIC approved standards. So every saree is a KSIC approved saree in terms of grams per meter. Okay, so one more saree and then we get on to something else. So here is your partly pallu sari. So we have a few of the partly pallus. We have a few partly pallu saris. Here is a very light aqua shade, and so partly pallu is basically where you have your pleats in a different color. So in this case, it's a check sari. If you look closely, you will find zari checks. This is your rete pate borders, and the pleats area comes with these beautiful stripes. So this part really stands out. So here is your pleats area, and then the rest of the sari is this brocade. So it really stands out, it really defines your pleats. And here is what the sari looks like when you drape it. So this is the sari, and a beautiful pallu, contrasting pallu, and blouse to balance out the pleats area. So this is the blouse piece, this is the pallu, and this is what the sari looks like. Alright, so moving on, let's get to some Kanjeevarams, because I know you love Kanjeevarams. So this one is your methi color, right? Your greenish brown dual tone, and it's another very interesting shade, not your everyday shade. And what I really love about this is the contrast, very unique contrast. And not just that, it's got very thin zari checks. If you look closely, you will see the zari checks. So beautiful methi color sari with a Rama green contrast. So this is your Rama green contrast. It's like a green, blue, yeah. And it's not just zari checks, there are also zari buttas that are all over it. So it's it's going to catch light very beautifully and reflect it. So here is your methi green Kanjeevaram pure silk saree, and here is your Rama green or Rama blue contrast, and beautiful zari checks and buttas. And this is your pallu and gorgeous blouse piece. And for those who are new, who just joined in, we believe in delivering a complete package. So all the sarees are shipped to you ready to wear with falls and pico done. All silk sarees come silk mark certified, and they have tassels as well. Now if you want any blouse to be made as per your measurements, your choice of pattern. Now if you go to our blouse wall page, you'll see we have more than 300 designs to choose from. So we can make any pattern of your choice as per your measurements, as long as the fabric permits. So if you have any questions, please do talk to us. We'll be happy to help you. And our tailoring team is in-house, which means we have complete control in terms of quality and what really comes out. So you can trust us with your blouses. What I'm wearing is also made by our in-house tailors. So you can absolutely trust us with it. Alright, so another beautiful Kanjeevaram. Okay, so so we showed you many Kanjeevarams last week, and some of you got back and told us we want to see zari-less Kanjeevarams too. So we're going to focus on that today. So I'm going to show you a few zari-less Kanjeevarams. So they have resham work. Now this one is a beautiful zari-less Kanjeevaram. It's a beautiful mustard dual tone, like a sunset orange, as we say. So sunset orange is like an orange-red dual tone, and beautiful pallu tassels, and it's got nice temple border on both sides. And here, this is what it looks like, and the bottom border is exactly the same. So it is very beautiful, very dramatic, and here, and it comes with a plain red blouse piece. So here is your Kanjeevaram, your zari-less Kanjeevaram. Now all the Kanjeevarams that I'm showing you today are 100% hand woven and pure silk. They come silk mark certified. So here is your red and mustard zari-less Kanjeevaram saree. Okay, so somebody's asking other colors. At the moment we do not, but we do have several other designs in zari-less Kanjeevarams. So here is your mustard and red. Alright. Another zari-less, but the beautiful resham colors make up for the absence of zari. Now look at the colors on this saree. It's got blue, it's got mustard, it's got green, it's got lilac, and it's your lovely basic maroon. We all love maroon. I think it's a color that accentuates the Indian skin tone. So here is a beautiful maroon, two side equal borders, small buttas running across the body of the saree, and it is a beautiful soft silk. And here is the grand pallu. So I love this color. In Tamil they call it arak, or the color of the seal. And here it is. As I'm draping it, I can tell you it's really light, really easy to drape, and beautiful pallu. Colorful, yet it's soft. It's not that very bright color, and nice shades of green, lilac, orange, and blue. And it comes with a contrasting blouse piece. So this is the blouse piece. If nobody's taking it, I might just keep this for myself. All right. Another zari-less, borderless saree, and this one's got a little bit of a tussar interweave in it. So it's a very nice sea green dual tone saree, soft silk saree, and it's really thin, very easy to drape. And again, no zari, it's got resham work. So this is the resham weave pallu. It's got muted resham weave buttas, and these stripes are actually in raw silk. So these stripes are actually in raw silk, and a beautiful sea green shade, and it's neither too light nor too dark, and I think that's the beauty of it. So your sea green soft silk Kanjeevaram sari with resham detailing. And it comes with a contrasting blouse piece in pink. So this is the blouse piece, and this one is raw silk. If you look closely, you'll see the texture. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple more of our zari-less sarees. Now this particular design we have more on our website, so I'm just showing you one so you get an idea of what it feels like. So this is a beautiful hot pink saree, hot pink and red combination, and it's got yellow, muted yellow resham weave on it, and it's a one side border saree, so there's no border on the top, and nice resham soft mustard buttas. This is the skirt border, like a white border is called a skirt border. Very nice muted, understated elegance. And here is the pallu. And we will be getting our beautiful tassels done. So this is how it came from the loom, but we'll be getting the proper tassels done. So if you're looking for something contemporary, something that you can, get a new look each time by pairing it with a different blouse, this saree would be that one. Okay, so this saree reminds me of our Kanchoi weave, and we'll get to that as well. It's a beautiful sea green mustard shade, and it's got a self-brocade. Now self-brocade is another very, very popular concept in Kanjeevaram sarees. So it's got a beautiful self-brocade. It almost looks like your Kanchoi weave, but it's actually woven in Kanjeevaram. And got small buttas. And this is the pallu. This is the blouse piece in a beautiful peacock blue shade. And this is how the saree looks like when it is straight. So a nice sea green, and it's soft silk, so it's not feeling too heavy, and a gorgeous pallu. So a self-brocade Kanjeevaram saree with dainty zari buttas and borders. Like I've been saying in this show, there are some colors that we can tell are really, really trending. And we can see that because we get many orders for these kinds of shades. Now this particular saree that I'm showing you is like a frost lilac. It's frost because it's like a grey dual tone, like a off-white grey dual tone with lilac. And it's got minute zari checks. The zari is water zari. So it's very light, very muted. And here is the saree. Here is the saree, and zari checks, a white skirt border. So it's almost like your antique silver zari. And like I said, a very trending color. And this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like when draped. This is what it looks like when draped. So here is yours, and this is the blouse piece. I think it would go really well with a dark purple blouse contrast similar to what I'm wearing, and here is the one. And these are the silk tassels that all our silk sarees come with. I'll show you another saree which is similar. This is another gorgeous Kanjeevaram pure silk tissue. Now tissue sarees too are been such a hot trend, and we do get several orders for these as well. And look at how pretty this is. A beautiful tissue in lilac, point buttas in gold and silver, a very light yellow border contrast, and what makes the sari stand out is the reticate borders or the two line borders on the bottom, and very unique. Like I said, these are not traditional saris that you find easily. It's got this contemporary aesthetics to it, and this is the pallu, a very rich pallu, and it comes with a matching tissue blouse piece. So tissue Kanjeevaram pure silk sari with yellow contrast and Sona Rupa buttas. I thought the sari was interesting. It's a nice maroon brown mix. What makes it stand out is the stacked borders. So on the lower side you have your regular zari panel, and on top are these distinctly placed buttas, beautiful vertical stripes, and this is a stunning pallu in red with full brocade detailing, and the tassels complete the look, and this is how it looks like when it is straight. So a beautiful rich brown, like your coffee brown kind of a shade, and very beautiful borders with a stacked design. And here is the pallu and a matching blouse piece with zari borders on both sides. The next sari is similar. It's got beautiful checks. Now this is a deep purple, and it's got nice checks. And what I thought was really cute is these elephant buttas. They add that nice heritage element to the sari, and again very similar concept. It's got a thin border on top, and the lower side border has beautiful mandalas. So I think it looks very, very pretty. So it's got checks, it's got little elephants, and the lower side is a stacked design with zari borders and beautiful mandalas. And this is how the sari looks like when it is straight. So I think it looks really rich. Here is a beautiful sari in pure Kanjeevaram silk in deep purple and pink with stacked borders and mandala motifs. And it comes with a contrasting blouse piece. Another very, very beautiful sari in those same shades of lilac and purple. Now this is the same loom as our Vidya Balan green sari, green Kanjeevaram sari. It's the same tissue design. Look closely. And I really love the combination because it's a lilac and green dual tone. It looks very, very mystical. I think that's the beauty of dual tones, right? Sometimes they reflect a particular color, sometimes they reflect a different color, and that makes them magical. And it's got beautiful wide borders on both sides. So there's white border on the bottom, there's white border on top. So it looks very grand. This is a sari that would be really apt for a grand occasion. Look how beautiful the pallu is. And there is a lot of zari, but at the same time it's not too loud. And I think that's the beauty of it. I think the colors are just magical. So here is your purple Kanjeevaram pure silk sari with zari checks and reticate borders. And look at how beautiful the combination is. Each sari truly is a labor of love. And you could go with a full sleeves blouse. There's so much zari in it, you don't want to waste it. And we are happy to do blouses also for you and ship anywhere in the world. And here are the tassels. Alright, so folks who are joining late, there is a special code that you can use to get a special discount today. And the code that you can use today is Festival, F-E-S-T-I-V-A-L, Festival. Just use it during checkout and you'll have a special promotion applied. Okay, so let's move on to something else. We're going to actually go to Banaras now. There are some sarees, your muted zari brocade sarees that I want to show. Okay. There are 3 colors that we have today. So I'm going to start with an off-white one. So this is your off-white zari brocade saree, and it's not your regular brocade, it's your antique zari brocade, which is what makes the saree even more elegant, I think. And it's a lovely ivory shade, and look closely to appreciate the design and the details here. So a beautiful saree with antique gold brocade, and this is the gorgeous pallu, and it comes with a simple plain blouse with zari on one side, just like how all Banarasi silk sarees are. And this is what the saree looks like. Now this color is again a very, very trending color for all the right reasons. So here is your Banarasi brocade saree in ivory with antique tone zari detailing. And we have the saree in 3 different colors. I thought this color looked very, very pretty. And you'll see why I say that. It's a beautiful green and red dual tone, like your henna green and red dual tone. And sorry, I'm holding it the other way. So here is your henna green and red dual tone with a Persian floral design. See how pretty it is. Now you really have to look closely, and it's got this nice beldar or a wine border, beautiful Persian inspired details on the body, and pallu, and it comes with a sage green blouse just to match the selvage color. And here is what the saree looks like when you drape it. Here is your antique zari brocade saree, pure Banarasi silk saree in henna green, red dual tone. There is a black too, so I thought these 3 colors really stood out. The ivory, the green and red. My favorite is the green and red. And Alright, so another saree that's really trending these days is your raw silk Banarasi, and they come with antique zari detailing too. So this is like a pale amethyst color. It's a pure raw silk, you can tell by the texture. The beauty of raw silk is some yarn, they are thin, some are wide, so it gives a very matte textured look to it. And it's got these beautiful mandala borders and antique tone zari along the lower side border. And here is, and the beauty of these sarees, and we have a few of these, we have like 5 of these on our website. I'll probably showcase 2 today, is they come with a contrasting blouse piece. So just to give that highlight to the saree. So beautiful mandalas on the top and on the bottom. Hi Daksha, nice to see you after a long time. So here is your lilac tone raw silk saree with very muted zari mandalas on the top and bottom, and here is a little bit of a contrast, and it pairs very well with your contrasting blouse piece. So this is like a midnight blue, your midnight blue and lilac with this. And look at these beautiful honeycomb tassels here. So I'll probably show you the same sari in ivory. So here is the same sari but in a very festive combination of ivory and red. It's a deep red and this is what the sari looks like. I think this one looks very, very pretty too. So here is your ivory raw silk sari with zari mandalas, small buttas. There is mandala designs on the border too, and beautiful red contrast, perfect for your Durga Puja. So it's like a pinkish red color combination and an ivory combo. So ivory and red raw silk sari. Okay. So let's take a break and we're going to move west where all the beautiful, colorful bandage work happens, and I'm going to show you some beautiful textile art forms from the west, from the land of Kutch. So here is a beautiful pure silk chiffon sari, and we have a few of these today, and it's a beautiful emerald green color, 100% pure silk chiffon with hand bandage work, and this is circumbandage. So the difference between regular bandage and circumbandage is circumbandage is more figurative. So they are not abstract patterns, but they are actually defined, well-defined patterns. And what makes this sari, come alive even more is the gotapatti work from Rajasthan. Look closely. Look at the fine gotapatti work. It's got very pretty peacocks and beautiful floral designs done by hand. And the sari is as colorful as the people of Gujarat. So a beautiful emerald green sari with leheriya, circumbandage, hand bani and gotapatti work. And here is your little tassels. So it's got buttas, it's got borders, and this is what the blouse piece looks like. This is what the blouse piece looks like. And we do have a few of these. We have a Rani pink and we have a few other shades. Let me show you something different now. This one is your leheriya. Now the leheriya patterns, a few minutes ago I was talking about how our design aesthetics come from nature. Right? So this leheriya is basically the ocean wave, the leher or the waves of the ocean. So that's what inspires this particular design aesthetic. And a beautiful leheriya in Firozi or a turquoise color, and it's a Georgette sari, and nice gotapatti, very simple, very minimalistic gotapatti work. So it's got this cultural element to it. On the top side border, small buttas and a simple pallu with these tassels. So, and very simple sari, very charming, very easy to maintain, very easy to drape saris. And we have these in a few colors. So I'm just showing you one, but we have these in a few colors. There's a deep blue, there's like a cobalt blue, there's like a Rani pink, there's like a pink and orange that's also very pretty. So beautiful leheriya saris that are so apt and perfect and just in time for the festive season. All right. We know you love our ajraks, especially when they are decorated with sequins and katdana, and here is one of them. Now this one is not your modal silk, it's your Georgette sari. So have you seen anything so beautiful? This is your Georgette sari with hand ajrak work, and it's got very beautiful handwork done. So all this handwork on the pallu, very elaborately done to cover the entire length of the pallu, and it's Georgette. This is the only Georgette sari. All the other handwork saris that we have are modal silk, And trust me, a Georgette saree is not easy to do handwork because it's so delicate. So here is your saree with a beautiful ajrak geometric print, completely done by hand in the land of Kutch, and a gorgeous pallu. I think it makes a very beautiful evening wear saree. It would really glitter in evening lights. And this is your blouse piece with border. This one too is equally interesting. It comes with a plain black body, like a black silken river, and it's pure modal silk, and it's got work ajrak. This is hand block print ajrak, and there's handwork in all the prominent areas of the saree. So here in the front, on your pallu. So look closely. Another very, very beautiful evening wear saree, perfect for the festive season, and work on the blouse sleeve. So I think it looks very unique, very different, because it's full plain. It's a plain black with ajrak on the borders and pallu. And it comes with an ajrak blouse piece to balance it out. I think I would feel bad if I didn't show you some of the sarees that I really wanted to show. We are going back to Banaras again, and here is a gorgeous black saree, a very beautiful black. I love black, and I know many of you also love black. So here is your beautiful black saree, and what brings this saree, makes the saree really statement-like is the Meenakari skirt border. Look at the beautiful Meenakari skirt border. The arches are Persian designs, right? They're inspired by Persian architecture, and this is what the saree looks like when you drape it. So a beautiful pallu, and this is the saree. So this is like your night sky with stars gleaming on it, and your beautiful skirt border, Meenakari arch design border. And we have the exact same saree in a purple. You can check out the pictures on our website. I think both are equally pretty. Now this one is a beautiful Vanasingaram or a Shikarga saree, Banarasi saree, crepe saree. And look at this pallu, look at the motifs. Now it's actually lion motifs. Look closely, you will see a lion under a tree. So very unique saree. And the beauty of Shikarga sarees is there are very few weavers who actually weave animal motifs. So they are a lot more rarer. So if you see something, you should absolutely grab it. Now here is your mustard. I think mustard is another color that's perfect for this fall season. And simple borders, and it comes with a contrasting blouse piece. You know, the mustard and purple like what I'm wearing. So here is a purple and mustard, and I think contrast blouses are a hot thing these days. They really highlight the saree and add so much prominence to it. And look at the beautiful tassels done very thoughtfully. I thought they're done very thoughtfully. She's put purple and mustard both colors. So a very beautiful Georgette saree in the shades of mustard with Shikarga lion motifs. Now this next saree is exactly what I'm wearing, just a different shade. Here, what I'm wearing is a purple. This one is the mustard. It's the same mustard as the one that I showed you earlier. Your typical Banarasi borders, dainty buttas, and it comes with a gorgeous pallu. Sorry, this is the blouse piece. A very beautiful blouse piece. This is your Shikarga blouse piece. Very similar to what I'm wearing with animal motifs. So what I decided to do was, use the animal motifs on the sleeve. So this is your blouse piece with your animal motifs. Look closely, it's the exact same design. And here is your saree. And this is what it looks like when you drape it. A beautiful mustard saree in crepe georgette. This is the pallu. This is the pallu. It's got a dotted pallu and a brocade blouse piece. Actually, hold on. Actually, this is the this is the pallu. This is the pallu, similar to what I'm wearing. So very ornate pallu, similar to this. So with arches and a Vanasingaram blouse piece. Alright, so taking a break from our Banarasis, I'm sure this saree reminds you of someone. I think Anushka Sharma wore something very similar, and there's a very famous picture of hers. It's a very pretty, dusty powder blue shade, and it's got nice florals digitally printed on it, and the fabric is pure silk organza, and it's got this moti and kaddana sequin border on all three sides, and very simple, very elegant, very contemporary saree. This is the pallu. This is the pallu, and it's got very small buttas for just a little bit of sparkle, and this is what the saree looks like when you drape it. Now of course I'm wearing purple underneath, so that shows, but I think it looks very pretty, very contemporary. And here, oh yes, so we are very excited to show you something that we've never shown before. It's our very hot Banarasi tissue silk sarees with your fancy lace borders. So let's get right to that. Here is the first one, and these sarees, believe it or not, came just yesterday. So here these sarees are such a hot trend these days. So this is your pure Banarasi tissue saree, and it's a very pretty aqua shade, and look at the small booties, jewelry booties on it. And what makes this saree, add character to the saree is the golden lace border. Now, as tacky as it may seem, this is a hot trend. And here, so look at the shine from the tissue and the color from the silk. And here's your Banarasi tissue saree with your fancy lace border. Like I said, it's a really hot trend. You absolutely cannot go wrong with this. And this is the blouse piece. This one has this beautiful exaggerated lace which adds so much character to the saree, and it comes in a deep, I would say like a purple bronze shade. Again, another very beautiful piece, unique color, and this is what the saree looks like when it is draped. Here, look at this golden lace and the pallu, and here is what it looks like. This is what the saree looks like when you drape it. So this is your saree. Very novel, very unique, and at the same time the tissue makes the saree really grand. And at the same time it's lightweight too. And this is the blouse piece. And we have these in a few colors. Now I'm not going to open this because I feel we are short of time. Here is a beautiful peach, and it's got this particular border. And another very pretty olive green, and look at this beautiful sequin lace around it. And there are a couple more options on our website, which I'm not showing you today. Alright, so let's move on to our gadwals, a category that I know you really like. And checks are in vogue, and they always will. Here is a beautiful purple, and what makes the sari unique is the light colored borders. Typically you see a light colored body with a darker border. This one is different. It's a Korvai Gadwal sari, which means the border is woven separately, the body is woven separately, and then as the weaver is weaving them, they are interlocked. And that produces a really, really sharp contrast. Here is your Korvai Gadwal silk sari in beautiful purple and like a slightly brighter than a carnation pink. Here is your sari. So I love the checks, I love the buttas. It's got mandalas, it's got peacocks. Yeah. So here is your beautiful Gadwal silk sari in purple and baby pink, and this is your blouse piece. Another color that we really, really love is your rust color, right? Another color that really accentuates the Indian skin tone is this rust color sari. And look at the grand, maybe like a 16-inch border, completely hand woven. This is a beauty. A rust Kanjeevaram, a rust Gadwal pure silk sari with dainty buttas and an exaggerated 16-inch border. And this is what the sari looks like when you flip it. So very, very pretty, very grand, perfect to make your special occasion more memorable. So your rust pure silk Gadwal sari with wide zari border and purple contrast. And this is the blouse piece. Now it's got so much zari. It's got 16 inches on the side. It's got zari on the back. So what I would recommend for this is like a full sleeve blouse with full zari on it. So here is the blouse piece. Okay. So I'm going to do a quick scan just to make sure that I've not left out any sarees, which I would feel bad if I didn't show it to you. Okay, so we work very closely with our artisans in Kanjeevaram who do the pen kalamkari work. Sometimes it's hard for me to keep pace with them because you have to constantly give designs, you have to give the color combinations. Now, this particular sari is inspired by blue pottery from Jaipur. So there is blue, there is white, there's a dash of yellow and green, and this almost reminds me of like wall plates, right? Very beautiful concept, and it's on pure Kanjeevaram silk. So a blue pottery inspired design in authentic pen kalamkari. By the smell you can tell that it's authentic pen kalamkari, and a gorgeous red border to contrast it. Here is the pallu, and this is the design. I think it's come out really well. From when we conceptualize the design, you really don't know how it's going to turn out to be, but this one's turned out really, really well. And it comes with a red blouse piece. This is the blouse piece. I'll show you two more pen kalamkari sarees. Like I said, whenever our artisans ask us for designs, we feel like, we're short of ideas because it's very hard to keep pace with them. So this time I thought, why not, be inspired by a Madhubani design. So it's actually a Madhubani design, but rendered in the pen kalamkari way. And it's on a purple border, pure Kanjeevaram silk. So all the technique is done using the pen kalamkari way. but the design is a Madhubani design. So how unique can that get? Have you seen anything like this? So a beautiful pen kalamkari sari with Madhubani design, and the Madhubani again comes in like panels. And this is your purple blouse piece. I'll show you two more because they are actually quite interesting. Yeah. So I wanted to do a Ganesha theme and a Durga Puja Pandal theme for the Durga Puja season. So this is how the Durga Puja Pandal was rendered by our Kalamkari artisans. So here is Durga, there is Ganesha, there's Kartikeya here, and of course you can see if you look closely at the features, you'll see it's very the Kalamkari style, right? And that's the beauty of it. So they get to express their design aesthetics. And this is the rest of the sari. Ganesha loves music, they say, so we decided to do Ganesha with different musical instruments. And I think this one too has come out really well. The colors, the designs, the arches. So here is Ganesha with a mridangam. There's Ganesha playing harmonium. So very beautiful theme, different musical instruments, and it's across the full length of the sari. So very, very beautiful, unique sari, and this is what it looks like when you drink. So yeah, very unique Ganesha with different musical instruments and a Durga Puja Pandal festive theme sari. Alright, so the next design is a Pichwai design, and I was very inspired to do a Pichwai wall theme plate for our home. And when that came out from our artisans, I actually have kept that ready to show to you. So these are the wall plates that I got done from our artisans, right? With different florals, they're all Pichwai theme. And they came out so beautiful, I said they have to come out on a sari as well. So that's what the sari is about. And here is your sari, the same motifs that I showed you. Here's Yashoda and Krishna. There are cow motifs, so it's basically mandalas. And there's floral vines. We decided to keep the floral vines very muted so the mandalas stand out. And look closely, you'll see Annapakshi. Now, the Annapakshi is different from a peacock because it's half swan. You can tell by the beak. And you see the cow. So all Pichwai elements in mandalas against a floral backdrop. So that's what the sari is about. And it comes with a beautiful Radha Krishna theme for you. Radha Krishna swinging together. And I thought that would be the perfect finish to the sari. So here is your authentic pen kalamkari on pure Kanjeevaram silk with a Pichwai design. And here is your pallu. So the pallu has Radha Krishna, it has zari, it has tassels, it's just got everything that you would want a pure silk sari to have. Alright. I'm going to show you some beautiful textile art forms from the East. Now these saris are very, very popular during the festive season. Tassers. Now Bengal loves tassers. All you Bengali women love tassers. So here are some tassel silk saris and with some very contemporary artwork on them. So this is a pitta weave or a pitta art form. So basically जो art है उसे पीटते हैं. That's why it's called pitta work because उसे पीटते हैं. They once it's actually embroidered, it's beaten up with a hammer. So it's called pitta work. So here is your tassel silk sari with pitta work in 3 different colors, zari tones, and small sequin embellishments. And it's a beautiful ivory, which many of you love. And it's got light mirror work, and we have a few of these sarees, so it's not the only one. We have a few of these sarees in different colors, different designs. Here, so this is your saree. I think this would look really nice with a maroon blouse. And here, simple yet charming. Oh, I don't want to forget our Paithani silks. We have a few Paithani silk sarees today, and we don't want to miss out on these. We have, I think, 4 sarees today. They just came. So here is a beautiful triple munia. So those 3 rows of parrots, your triple munia. And that's not all, right? That's not all. It comes in a very beautiful maroon, like a brick maroon shade. And what really stands out is the zari checks and the Kanjeevaram inspired peacock motifs. So here is a saree in a very beautiful maroon with checks and zari buttas. And here is your grand pallu. Now the beauty of a Paithani hand woven saree is it's thick. Every motif is woven by hand. They actually put a stencil below, a paper stencil below, and the weaver actually colors it, right? So you really need to have a lot of talent, a lot of patience to weave a Paithani saree. It takes a really, really long time compared to most other sarees. And the weave, of course, is much thicker because the zari is really thick. So it has to match the borders to hold it. So your beautiful, very grand saree in a brick maroon with zari checks, buttas, and your grand triple munia borders. Here it is. We have 3 tissue silk sarees today, 3 tissue stripes Paithani silk sarees. 2 of them may have only one picture. Please bear with us. I'm going to show you these sarees so you know how it feels like. Now this one is a beautiful purple tissue striped saree. Look closely, you'll see the stripes. And long munia. So each of this is actually a parrot, a very thin, slender parrot, which is your munia borders, and a very grand African parrot body. Look at the colorful African parrots. This design, it's very, very common, but it's very sought after, which is why it's so common. So Paithani sarees are all about grandeur, and the saree is just this. And it's not your regular Paithani saree, it's got tissue brocade. So it's a stripes tissue brocade. So you see the stripes, and completely hand woven, pure silk tissue Paithani saree. Your really, really grand with African parrot pearl. And it comes with a plain blouse piece. This is the blouse piece. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so we are almost time. I know I always have more sarees than what I can actually possibly show you. I also wanted to show you a few things on our website, but looks like we never got to it. But we probably will next time. Thanks to everyone, who put us, set aside time to join us. Now, even if you don't buy anything from us today, that's perfectly fine, because what we want really is to show you how beautiful, the weaves and textile art forms around India are, right? So that's a big part of our mission. To raise awareness, to show really, to give recognition to all our weavers and artisans. And so thank you. Like I said again, we have a special code today to get a promotion on your purchase, and the code for today is Festival. It's a limited time offer, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for all the love. We look forward to hearing from you. So anything that you have to tell us, you can drop us an email, you can send us a WhatsApp message, or just chat with us on the website. We will be happy to hear from you, and feedback is a big part of what we bring the next time and what we bring as part of our collection. So please do tell us what you would like to see, what is it that we can do better. So on that note, I would like to say bye. I also want to thank our team. It's no trunk show is complete without a good collection and all the work that happens behind the scenes. Now, of course, it's very easy for me to stand here, present it in front of you, but a lot of people have put in a lot of effort. So I want to thank each and every one who's doing it. I see Ravindra posting links as we speak. There are so many people who've actually worked on the sarees from quality control. They stayed very, very late in the evenings to get the quality done. A lot of work has been done to get the sarees ready in terms of false pico tassels, in terms of inventory. We don't want to get these sarees mixed up, so a lot of work has gone in terms of inventory, and right now Manish and Rahul are helping me fold, so thank you so much. Prashant is also here with me. I want to thank you. Prashant is my go-to person for all things inventory and all things related to content. So all the beautiful reels that you see on our Instagram, if you're not there on Instagram following us, please do it. So he is the person behind the scenes who's working on it. So a huge shout out to the entire team. Thank you to the catalog team and everyone who's made this trunk show possible. And on that note, I want to sign off. Until next time, bye.